I'd tell him, just quit. You've made enough for us to live on for years to come. What's stopping you? We can travel. You're destroying your health. You can't sleep without sleeping pills anymore. And in the morning, you need more pills to get going again. And he'd say,
I know, you're right. This job's taking over everything. I'm losing you. Give me 10 more years. I'll never have to work another day in my life. I'll never have to go back.
he is incredibly sweet and caring. And clearly is in need of love. Working your way up the ladder for so many years, get used to measuring success in terms of money and status. I remember back in our university days, we talked priorities. For me, it was about happiness and being surrounded by loving people. My parents always worried I'd end up with a loafer for a boyfriend or a husband. Ha! It's the opposite. My man, too much. So there we are. I travel for an hour on the tube, there and back, to see him for maybe 1 hour. Everything becomes provisional. When we go out, there's always a chance that he'll get called back into the office. He comes with terms and conditions. He says things like,
"Let me take you shopping."
I don't want him to buy me presents to make up for the fact that he can't spend time with me. But this is how he talks.
"I'll buy you something. I'll make it up to you."
I would be really proud to have found a cinema where you could watch a movie for £3.50. But he'd hate that. Or rather, he'd be at a loss. My sense is bankers like him have this need to impress. And when they can't use money to do that, they don't know what to do. Talk to him about it. That's the thing. Whenever something funny would happen in my life, I'd try and save it up for him. But we'd go for such a long time without seeing each other. It just slips away. I send him links, but he never has time to look at them anyway. And YouTube is blocked in his office. Is it making him happy? I ask him if this job is what he wants to do for the rest of his life. And he answers,
"No."
I am so surprised. But when I ask him what he wants to do instead, and how he sees his future, he tells me,
Well, I'm not completely sure, but I'll have to slog it out as an analyst for a few years. And after that, I can practically go into anything.
They call it a black swan event. Something theoretically possible, yet totally unforeseen, that changes things forever. You believe for centuries, all swans are white. One day, you see a black one. Your model collapses. Our models were based on what we saw as normal. Now we saw numbers behave in ways barely conceived possible. Those were scary days. You think, we're in a new paradigm. Nothing works anymore the way it used to. We rely upon self-declaration, upon what is presented to us by a bank's internal management. I don't think I've ever been deliberately lied to. Though obviously, I might not know about it. The real threat is not a bank's management hiding things from us. It's the management not knowing themselves what the risks are. Either because nobody realizes it, or because some people are keeping it from their bosses. I learned about human nature in those days. Almost a year ago, I left the bank. And I'm still nursing myself. The night sweats have gone, but I have this skin condition. So why did I quit? It was like the story of Dr. Faustus, where you sell your soul to the devil. The price the devil demanded was my moral bankruptcy. For a long time, I was okay with that. Until I wasn't. There's not one particular moment. You have to look yourself in the mirror every morning. I began to wonder. A future son and daughter asked me, "Daddy, what do you do for a living?" What was I going to say? Well, sweetie, Daddy rips clients off. Looking back, I may have fallen victim to the self-serving idea that we control our fate. Bankers are so smart. Yet they get this thing wrong. They spend their lives in an office when the only truly valuable thing in life is time. It is the only thing that is not replenishable. You can always make more money, but you can never get more time.